It's the Okanagan Sun, it's the Westshore Rebels in the Cullen Cup championship game. Head coach Ben Macauley joining us in the Okanagan Sun Coaches Show. Long time before you actually play this game, the time you beat the Langley Rams in overtime. I guess you got a little extra football. You didn't have to take a break because you had the overtime game. But is this killing the guys and yourself waiting for this game to happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword because we get some injuries healed up and we get a little bit healthier. But, any momentum we might have had is kind of long gone. And, we've got to start from scratch, which is okay, but it's a long time. We're talking 14 days between games that we've got to keep the guys focused and overthink things and overanalyze and watch too much film. So it's tough to do 2 bye weeks in a row.
Have you got to that point where it's too much video, it's too much film for even the head coach to look at?
I was at that point probably 4 weeks ago, but it's not hard to watch it. But the hard thing is, trying to outsmart yourself, and coming up with new ideas, and rather than focusing on fundamentals, which is what we know wins football games and championships. It's still in a coach's nature to try and invent something new that's going to work, and they won't be prepared for. So, there's a degree of that, but we can't let that get too important.
How about the health of this team? We saw Foster Martins go down in that semifinal, a little banged up. Is he okay? Is the rest of the team okay?
Yeah, Foster's all right. We didn't want to take any chances with him in that game. Most guys are coming back, including Jeremy Williams will be back suited up, and he'll help us on the offensive line, and expect to have Lucas Machado as well. So we're going to get some anchors along the O&D lines, and everyone else is feeling pretty good.
Let's look at strategy against the Rebels. They love to run. There's no secret about that. Do you crowd the box and try to take away that run?
Yeah, you can't do it too much because McKinnon's proved he can go downfield. We're playing on a turf field as well, so it leads to the advantage of speed game a little bit. So we have to be careful. We have to be good tacklers. I think we have good tacklers, but we really need to show that we're able to wrap up and finish plays on the first attempt, and not let guys like Jamel get a second effort.
Is that what you work on? I mean, it's so late in the season. Arguably, you should be able to tackle by this point of the season, but do you work on that every day in practice?
Absolutely, and it's not so much about the impact that we're looking forward to practicing, but getting yourself in the right position. Not getting lazy on your approach to making a tackle, and making sure your feet are in the right place and your hips are in the right place. That stuff you can do all year round, because it's not about the contact. We trust that guys will finish the play if they're in the right position to do it. So that's what the focus is.
So keys for the Sun for this championship game would be what?
Just playing our game, not letting the other team dictate how we play, being disciplined, and continuing to be our strength on defense, and take advantage of opportunities when they arise. Any
problems? The game initially for a 7 o'clock start, they moved it up to 4 o'clock. You have to travel. You'll go on Friday, but is there any hesitation, maybe nerves, not the right question or right word, but any apprehension there of going to a 4 o'clock start?
Not at all. No, I think we were hoping for a little bit earlier just to be safe on the ferry side of things. You never know if a game's going to take longer. We had an overtime game in our last playoff game, so making that ferry home is always a challenge. But that's something that we're, as coaches, trying not to worry about too much. We'll play the game any time of day. 4 o'clock is good weather conditions, we're hoping, and we're just going to deal with it. After the first quarter, you forget about the conditions anyway. You forget about the time. Coaches like to make a bigger deal out of things than they really are, including what sideline you're on. None of that really matters between the lines. So, we just got to go out and do what we do.
We'll see you on the island.
Thanks, Ryan.
Head coach Ben Macauley. It's the Sun and the Rebels, the 5th time in CJFL history these two teams will battle for the Cullen Cup.